Back to Elba High School, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the office of Coach Ed Rigby, the head football coach here at Elba High School. And, Coach, y'all look good this morning.
Well, the kids have had a great. Well, first, thanks you for coming. Thank you for all that you do for the high school kids in our area. The kids had a great summer. They all showed up continually. They worked very hard. We had a good off season, good spring. We're pretty typical. Elba's not known for having a lot of numbers, a lot of size, but we do have speed, and it's a game of speed.
Speed kills, Coach.
It does. Oregon said it best. Do you want to be bullets or bowling balls? You want to be bullets out there, and but the kids have done a good job. They're early for practice. They're dressed early. They're out there early. So far, so good. We'll have some bumps in the road, I'm sure, but I'm going to enjoy these good days as long as we can.
The thing about Elba that jumps out at me, and I've been around a long time. I even go all the way back with Dyes and Wise, the great running back combination that went on to Alabama. And, of course, Mac Wise scored Bear Bryant's first touchdown at Alabama.
Really?
Of course, both of them were raised right here in Troy. And, of course, tradition galore here at Elba, from the Horsteads to these young men that's playing at Troy now.
That's right. It's the wall. If you put everyone up there that had left here and played college football, I mean, we'd fill up a lot of walls around here.
And of course, I saw a couple of McKinnon lookalikes out there this morning. And of course, the young man at Troy was a great player here, number 27, and I think we're going to see a lot of him this year.
Yes, sir. And I hope they're not just McKinnon lookalikes. I hope they're McKinnon play-alikes.
Exactly. But tradition, Coach, this black helmet. Of course, they used to wear the gold. It doesn't matter exactly what helmet, but the tradition with every kid that walked up there has a tie. It seems like the footballers, because I've heard of the Caldwells and all these big names over the years, and Johnson, and of course some of the finest players in this part of the country have come out of Elba. But it's the commitment. It's a town thing. It's not just a school thing that they're playing for. It's not just their individual and their family, but they're playing for the entire town of Elba.
It's weird that you say that. Back when I got hired, I was talking to somebody about Coach Wood, who was here for 19 years and won state titles here. And they said, after he had retired from coaching, and the book had came out, Friday Night Lights, and then the movie came out, Friday Night Lights. He made a statement that you could have written that book in Elba.
No question.
There's no doubt. The way the parents are, the expectations of the parents, the expectations of the kids, the expectations of everyone around them, from the band to whatever. It's Friday Night Lights without a lot of the drama of the movie.
And what does that mean?
They're a very tight-knit group. They've grown up together. Every kid in our program, beyond a few transplants like Ramsey, a few transplants, every kid in our program has an uncle, a brother, a cousin, or dad who has a state championship ring from here in our football program. That says something. Again, it's a Friday Night Light type thing.
Well, you could see the excitement. And of course, we had some footage, and of course, I think everybody that's going to watch this film is going to see a lot of talent on this Elba High School football team. And of course, hard-nosed coach, and that's what Elba needs. That's what they want. Matt Wood was a hard-nosed coach, a hands-on coach, and you're the same way.
Well, I hope I can live up to anything like that. Obviously, thank you for
something Matt Wood did, and Coach Johnson knows. If you looked at his offensive lines, you could almost have an engineer draw a straight line. I mean, I never seen more a better, yeah, and that line coming off the ball at the same time, and your teams look a lot like it.
Well, that's a great compliment. We're a little bigger, a lot faster, a lot stronger than we were a year ago. We have a lot more experience. When we did the special teams charts last year, our special teams were half sophomores, and we always had one or two freshmen on every special team starting. This year, there are no freshmen out there. We might have one sophomore. It's a bunch of juniors and seniors on all these special teams, and that kind of says it best. We're a year older, a year wiser, a year smarter. Does that mean it's perfect utopia? No. But the kids are working hard. We've got a good scheme. Another thing we've added some coaches that we didn't have last year.
The line coach.
Yes, well, both of them. Coach Miguel, we stole him back from Charles Henderson, and he is as good an O-line coach as anybody in South Alabama at the high school level. There's no comparison. We also got another Elba guy who played at Jacksonville State and who also has been in the CFL. that tore his hamstring. He's home right now, and y'all know him, Demetrio Tyson, and he's coaching our D-line. These two guys, and we've got Coach Johnson and Coach Dice and Coach Wicker, our guys who have been here last year. But
and our Elba folks, hey, bleed gold and black.
And one of the things we've been talking about, the total is always equal to the sum of all parts. You add up a bunch of numbers and you get this, the total there. It's equal to all those things in between. We've tried to get a better total by adding better pieces into it. The total's always equal to the sum of all parts. We've got better coaching. We're bigger. We're stronger. We're faster. We expect better results than last year. Being knocked out first round of the playoffs, we expect to be in Auburn up there playing for a state championship.
That's the way you all look at it, because I tell you what, a lot of tradition and a lot of hard work. I watched you in 7-on-7 at Troy the other day, and I was very impressed with your wideouts and your skill people.
Yeah, yes, sir. And the beauty is, we've got our receivers are back. Ramsey threw for a little over 2,000 yards last year, about 2014. We got those guys back, so we know we can throw. What we've spent our effort on is running the football. Nobody wins at the professional level, at the college level, at the high school level that can't run the football. The only NFL team that's ever done it, that's been over 50%, was the Saints a few years ago, that threw more than they ran. You've got to be able to run the ball. So
what, 60-40, you try to be balanced, don't you?
We're trying to be more balanced, more 55-60. We can throw the deep ball. We can throw the short ball. We want you to say, hey, they also can run it right down our throat.
All right, your scheme, and of course, when I look at y'all, I think of the Baylors, the Washington States, the Houstons. What college team runs similar to what you do?
We're probably more of a Washington State spread. We're more vertical.
Up there in the line in a hurry.
Yes, sir. We're a little more vertical. But the difference with us is, we do run the double wing some too. You saw us out there in it working on it.
In fact, y'all do that as well as anybody. That quick motion. Now, what is the rule on that quick motion? As long as you're going backwards, you can be as quick as you want to.
You can do it. And
it doesn't draw anybody off sides or anything like that.
It does sometimes. We got a little piece of it that does, but it's actually the high scoring offense in high school football is that offense.
In fact, I don't know anybody around here that's running. They use the motion. Well, I don't know if you call it motion or not, but use the quick step like that.
There's only one other team in the state that even runs it, and so it's a little unique. It's a little different.
Some of Malzahn stuff, a little bit, isn't it?
It looks like, except he's a little more spread out, but similar. It's the same plays, and that's what people that really don't know football per se, study it, don't understand. The plays that Malzahn are running were run. You ran them in high school. Yeah. They're single wing plays. Yeah. They're wing T plays. Yeah. They're 1970, they're 1960, they're 1950, they're 1940 and 30 football. It's just a different, that's what it is. It's just a different window dressing of how to do it. Same line blocking, the same everything.
But you really actually line up in the wing T quite a bit with your splits, very short splits.
We have no splits. We want our shoes to touch. We want you to be able to take a blanket off the bed and throw it all over 11 people.
Then if he breaks clean, he's gone.
It forces you to bring your second.
Everybody's in tight.
Yeah, it forces you to bring your second level defenders, into the box.
And it enhances your passing attack too.
Correct.
They've got to play. You throw it enough to make those safeties. They can't come up as quick.
Keep them back a little bit, and and that's the thing. We'll run that a play or two, then we'll be 4 or 5 plays in 5 wide. Throwing the ball.
Well, Coach, quickly a little bit about your background. A lot of people might not know, but you coach college and high school football. Tell us a little bit about your past history.
Well, been around a little bit. Was over at Holmes Community College in Mississippi for a few years. Won the JUCO championship in 2002. We finished third in the country that year, and we led the country in rushing. And
you the offensive coordinator?
Yes, sir. You do a JUCO, you do it all, and I did everything. But I was at Jackson State University as office coordinator. They're in SWAC with
good program.
Southern, all that.
There then?
No, I was before him, and was office coordinator there. Coached in Kansas at NAI school. Spent 6 years of high school head coach in Louisiana, at Albany High School and at Laranja High School. I've coached in Mississippi a couple high schools. Just started coaching in '90. And so, been around a little bit.
Of course, you were at head coach at Tate, one of the biggest baseball schools in Florida.
It is. There's 7A, was head coach there for 6 years. And so have been very blessed to have a wife that's a coach, me that's a coach. it's things that God has always kind of worked things out for us. She always gets these jobs, and I don't have one, and then the Lord kind of drops something in my lap, like this or something. And so I've been very blessed. And
well, football season started too soon. Shonda Rigby, the head basketball coach, women's basketball coach at Troy, her team's in Europe. How have they done so far?
Well, they actually have just played. They've just played, I think. They're enjoying it. And the funny story behind that, I was supposed to go too, okay? But football, originally it was going to be a little earlier. Football obviously started, so my youngest son got to go with her in my place. And so, might be a little jealous maybe, but that's okay. I'm enjoying being here, but they're doing great. They're enjoying it. They play today and play tomorrow, and hopefully they'll do well. They'll be a lot better.
This quarterback named Ramsey Rigby, he's sort of familiar to you, isn't he? How did he get that name, Ramsey?
It was kind of just wanted some R names, and my first choice, it was a biblical thing. Ramsey's in the Bible. The one who got lucky was our younger son. We wanted an R name. I wanted to name him Razor Rigby. I mean, hell of a football name. And my wife, of course, his name is Randon, so that tells you how that turned out. And we wanted some R's.
Well, we talked to him just a while ago, and of course, he's been he started early. He played as an 8th or 9th grade at Goshen.
9th grader, he started.
So he's thrown in there to the Dogs, as a 9th grader, but handled it pretty well, didn't he?
Yes, sir. He's done well and matured and gotten a little better and a little bigger, a little faster. And
he's a quiet young man. When he steps out of the huddle, does he own the huddle?
Yeah, he's fine, and he's quiet around us. He's not quiet around his friends. That's a typical kid. But yeah, he does fine with it, and and people think we go home and sit around and talk football. We really don't.
Well, I was wondering about that. I asked him about the salt shakers. They can't find the salt shakers because they're in the high backfield.
Yeah, and so we really don't talk a lot at home about it. He's kind of like every other kid up here. Now, he tells me everybody's opinion about everything. Coach, we were wondering if, Dad, if we could, they kind of send messages through him to me. And so.
Coach, one of the biggest, finest-looking offensive linemen I've seen in a long time walked up that day, and he's only a junior. How good is this guy?
He's good. He's a Division I football player. There'll be no doubt about it.
He'll be a 300-pounder easy.
Yeah, he's 294. He's 6'4.5". He's Blaine Hudson.
I got him to put the hand on the Elba helmet, and he gave his oath that he would protect the quarterback.
Well, that's a good thing. I got my insurance paid up. But, the big boy, now here's another thing about the Johnson. That's Glenn's sister's boy.
How many Johnsons you got on this thing? I'll tell you what, I think, I hear that y'all are holding them back, 2 or 3 years.
We call it a red shirt program.
How many y'all got red shirted? How many red shirt freshmen do we have on this thing? Do you know a lot of places that's going on?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Probably at Sweetwater, you reckon?
Yeah, and sometimes, it happens, unfortunately, naturally that they redshirt themselves academically. And but yeah, we his son missed every game last year due to a shoulder injury the first night. That's a kid who would have started every game for us. He's our starting strong safety, had 2 interceptions in the spring game against Dale County. His other nephew, Blake Johnson, had to have 2 wrist surgeries, missed every game last year. That's our starting outside linebacker who had 14 tackles in the spring game against Dale County. So that's 2 guys we added back to our team.
And how good is that running back at Dale County?
He's pretty doggone good.
So we made 14 tackles, most of them against him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of spread around, kind of weird. But the difference with him, we didn't let him get out. We went to a 4-3 defense. We're a lot more suited for it. And people are like, why do you tell people? Well, if they're a decent coach, they can look on film. They know what we're in. And
Elba has a history of good linemen. I mean, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen, and I've been doing this show for 30 years. This is one of the best-looking linemen I've seen.
Broad shoulders, and one thing Coach Miguel's worked hard with him this summer on is his feet, jump ropes and stuff like that. And as he develops, he will be he'll sign somewhere Division I, no doubt.
Is this a veteran team or a young team?
Veteran. We're a team of juniors, but we're veteran. We played them all as sophomores last year. We are returning, I believe it's 8 on offense and 7 or 8 on defense. But again, we added in 2 more people that are not counted in that would have started every game last year, the 2 Johnson boys.
Of course, Tim Williams here, of course, does a super job, and you're lucky to have a guy like this here. And, of course, we're going to be doing Elba football on Troy Cable all year long. And also on Wednesday nights, the the Elba football show, the Rigby show, and it'll be every Wednesday, and we'll have highlights from the previous game. Hey, not many people are doing that. Hey, look around Birmingham, look anywhere. Hey, we're doing things and been doing things different than most people on Troy Cable.
And that's the thing. We've moved around a lot through coaching, so you know that in Jackson, Mississippi, that there's no show like this. You know that in, wherever down in Hammond, Louisiana, there's no show like this. That's what's so weird. People take things for granted. We're talking to some of our kids today here in the office about don't take the little things for granted, the nice stuff that we have for granted. It's the same thing with this show. People take for granted that everybody does this. They don't. What you do is unique. It's not everywhere. It's some places, but not a lot.
It's all about promoting football and enhancing football. Sometimes I feel like I have to do it some places because, the kids are not willing to pay the price. These kids pay a huge price, and I say this all the time. Before they hit that field, they come out in their beautiful uniforms on Friday night, the 29th. But, hey, they have sacrificed. And when a lot of their friends were drinking Coca-Cola, they were trying to get a cold drink of water.
That's right. We were talking to some of our kids in here about it. Our kids get off practice last night at 9:30. They go home, get in bed at 10. Their buddies are still out running the roads and doing things till 11, 12, 1, whatever. It takes sacrifice to be a high school football player nowadays. A lot of sacrifice. There's a lot more things to do. The vehicles, the social media. There's just so much. The video games to do. It's a huge price to pay, and that's why we don't have 100 kids out here.
I was extremely surprised, and this kid, Austin Ingram, the quarterback at Charles Henderson. I was having lunch went to Rotary Club and was having lunch and sat around a little bit. And I walk out and I said, "Is that Austin Ingram carrying his golf bag?" I said, "Austin Ingram, you carrying a golf bag?" He said, "I had to get it off my mind a little bit." So he went out to hit shag balls.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, he is a great player. And I've been around him a lot. Him and Ramsey are friends. And, again, he's going to make somebody at the collegiate level. And, and I kind of in my mind, see where I see him. But somebody at some collegiate level needs to pick that kid up. He's a smart player. He's a fit for somebody. He's a fit.
Something we probably don't say enough about is maturity. It's very important. Ramsey's mature. He's been there and done that already. And, of course, do you feel like you have a mature football team?
Yeah, I do, definitely, because they played so much last year. We started so many sophomores. That's what people don't realize. We were a team of sophomores last year. This year we're a team of juniors. I believe we have seven seniors, and one of those is a first-time ever player. He's a baseball kid who, in the gym, I saw him long snap a ball across a basketball court one day, messing around in PE, and I'm like, "Whoa, come back!" His name's Tyster. Come back. Do it again. That's a fluke. Do it again. He was long snapping across a basketball court.
I could make a living doing it one day. But a long snapper is sort of God given.
And so what's freaky weird is he comes out there and starts, liking it. In the 7-on-7 down there, he caught a bunch of balls. This kid who's never played football before and went through spring with us, is doing a good job. So, you never know. You never know what might happen. So,
Coach, who do you open up with?
We open up, we play a jamboree here on the 22nd. We're calling it the Southeast 2A Showdown. It's us and New Brockton versus GW Long, one of the top 5 ranked 2A teams in the state, GW Long and Geneva County. We'll play them both for halves, but we're going to do it where we're on offense for 12 minutes, like against the defense, then we'll flip it out. It's a little unique. It's done a lot in like Mississippi, Louisiana.
Good for coaching.
It's great because you can work on your stuff. And the biggest thing is because you're out there for 12 minutes, for example, on offense, you're running your ones a few, then you start working them twos in. You get to see them younger kids play. That's what's so good about this. Without the pressure of the special teams getting somebody hurt on a kickoff or something. First ball game, we got 6A Carroll. We're one of the smaller 2As in the state. We're playing a 6A out of the hole. We come back with Zion, and then I believe Haneyville Central. Then we got New Brockton, got a new head coach over there. A lot of excitement over there, and we're very close. Then we come back, I believe we've got Daleville. Then we're running into Luverne, Goshen, that crew, Highland Home, who's got a new coach. And we finish up. I'm old school. I like that rival game last. In the old days, you're playing them last so you can, yap all year. Bobcats. They didn't have a coach, so me and the principal got that worked out. Yeah. And I don't know if their new coach would like that too much, but to me,
good,
it gives you something. I want to play somebody worth playing that last ball game. You know, sit in the NFL where they sit players for the playoffs. Hell, we go out there trying to win every dang game we play. You know, I mean, so ops last ball game, and so you know, it'll be good for our kids and good for us as a staff to have to prepare for a quality team.
Coach, it's great to be here today, and of course, I love the enthusiasm. You could hear him in there, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Were you getting fired up? Were you getting chill bumps?
Chill bumps. So heck yeah.
Chill bumps is. Oh, you gotta know. I wonder if kids know what chill bumps are.
I think they probably do. And what's that on my arm? I'm breaking out. Of course, you know, some of them probably.
And sometimes if you don't have chill bumps, something's wrong.
Something's wrong. And so hopefully we got some chill bump kids in there.
Exactly right.
But we appreciate you coming out today, all that you do for our kids, and we're excited about the coaching staff we have. We're excited about our kids.
Just a couple of things. Of course, you know, you can't help but watch Edwards and your skilled players. Tell us about Edwards and some of these other guys real quick.
Blake's good. You know, Blake has he. You know, some players have the knack. He's got the knack. Balls bounce, fumble and bounce back in his hands, and he catches them running full speed.
Got great speed.
Great speed. He made last year against Highland Home made the greatest high school football catch I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he does that kind of stuff.
He's only a junior.
Again, he's a junior. I call him circus catches. Yeah. You know, he makes a lot of circus catches. He's tremendous.
Ramsey's got to love him, doesn't he?
Just throw it close. He'll go get it for you. He'll make you look good.
You've got a backup quarterback playing wide receiver, also a young kid that might be the best backup quarterback in the state.
That's what's wild. And, you know, he's a great receiver. He's going to start Grant Acreage, and he starts at safety for us. You know, he's a 6'4" kid.
He looks like Kenny Stabler.
He's about 6'4", about 215. But here's what people don't know. Auburn, FSU, and all of them are already on him for his punting. He led the area in punting. He averaged 44.8 yards punt last year as a freshman. Yeah, he's good, real good.
Coach, you got a lot of things are looking good. You feel good about this team. Is this the team that can go all the way?
They can, yeah. You know, to win a state championship and have done it before. You got to do that right there. You got to do that right there, and our kids. You can't when something bad happens. You know, you got to be able to react to it. Yeah. If they can react positively when we hit bumps in the road, because there are going to be some bumps in the road, then we got a chance to win it. And how you react positively is you got to be tight. You got to be thick as thieves. You got to be tight. And I see that in them. You know, we talk about it a lot. We try to coach the intangibles and doing the little things right, having character in class and that kind of stuff.
How about I believe, Coach?
I believe in Elba football. I'll tell you that right now.
I tell you, hey, that's what it's all about.
That's it. That's it. And do it. And you know, a lot of coaches, you know, which people who know me, I'm a very humble person. But hey, if you don't push your product and you don't believe in your product, then you need to get out of it. That's the bottom line. And I don't care whether it's coaching high school football or working at Walmart. It's no
washing machine.
That's it. You know, and I believe in what we do. I believe in how we do it. I believe in our kids. I believe in our principal. I believe in our superintendent. And, you know, I'm not brown-nosing to try to get points because you know, I was told.
I know your superintendent. He's a ball man.
Yes, exactly. You know, you work hard enough, good people going to know it. And so we feel good about what we're doing here at Elba.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Coach Ed Rigby, the head football coach at Elba High School. And, ladies and gentlemen, they're getting ready for a banner year here at Elba High School 2014. Could be the year of the Tiger, believe you me. We hope that you've enjoyed our visit to Elba today, and we'll be at your favorite school before you know it.